What's up, everybody? So today I am doing a quick video of my top 10 sales for 2023. That was a big change for me. Up until then, I sold a couple of cards on eBay, but last year I did get into selling a little bit more, and I actually had a lot of fun with it, getting rid of some like lower end cards that I really didn't need for my collection, and then using that money to buy some higher end vintage cards. And so I figured I'd go ahead and give you my top 10 sales. Now, a lot of my cards that I sold, I did them on eBay, usually around $20 to $30. And so here are the top 10. You guys will see nothing really big that I sold in 2023, but here are my top 10 sales on eBay. Just a couple of pointers before I get into it. If you guys do sell, what I recommend is to try to set your auctions up so that they end usually like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Usually around 10 p.m. Eastern time is when I'd have my, if I do an auction, it would be like a 7-day auction and have them end at that time. Don't have your listing end on Tuesday at 5 a.m. You're not going to get, you want as many eyeballs on your auctions as possible. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then, of course, the other big thing is taking a really good picture. One thing that I really like is if you submit a card to PSA, they scan the card for you. So a lot of times I'll use that as my image for the card that I'm selling. PSA does a fantastic job of that. And so you could use that photo to sell your card. And then, of course, the other thing is be as descriptive as possible in terms of like what you're selling. List the manufacturer, the name of the player, the grade. These may come as obvious things, but obviously you want as many people looking at your listing as possible. So without further ado, here are my top 10 sales for 2023. And starting off at number 10, for $50, I sold a 2019 Topps Silver Pack Mike Trout Chrome card. Now, Mike Trout obviously had a rough year in 2023. This card I sold at the beginning of 2023, which is why I got $50 for it. I probably wouldn't have, if I sold this card right now, I probably wouldn't have been able to get $50 for it. At number 9 was a 2021 Bowman Draft Chrome Green Kyle Manzardo. Sold his green chrome refractor for $62.55. He was, in case you guys have never heard of Kyle Manzardo, and I could totally understand if you haven't, he was traded recently. He's a prospect. He's the number 2 prospect in the Guardians system, the Cleveland Guardians system right now. He used to be with Tampa Bay, but he was traded as part of the Aaron Savali trade. So he came over to the Guardians, and he's their number 2 prospect. And some of these cards, like, they may sound like genius sells right now, but who knows if Manzardo goes on to have a fantastic career. This might actually blow up in my face, but I guess that'll be the interesting thing to see how these sales pan out. At number 8 is the 2020 Bowman Draft Chrome Jordan Walker. Sold it's just a regular base Chrome card, and I sold it for $74. So far, his career hasn't been too great. It hasn't lived up to expectations, but you have to remember the kid's only 21 years old, so he's still young. But the nice thing is, being able to sell like just a base Chrome card for $74. I mean, this is a card that, if you open up a box, you're looking for the autos, and if you get a Chrome first of one of the top prospects and you get it graded, to sell it for $74, I think is pretty awesome. All right, at number 7, I sold a 2018 Topps Chrome Ohtani, like the 1983 version, in a PSA 9 for $80. So this is maybe one card that maybe I could have sold for a little bit more, especially when he was at his height this year. But it is a PSA 9. It is harder when if you do sell PSA 10s, you're going to get a lot of eyeballs on those cards. PSA 9s and PSA 8s are really difficult to sell for more than like $20-$30. So to get $80 on a PSA 9 card from 2018. Nothing's particularly special. It's not numbered or anything. I thought was pretty awesome. At number 6 was a 2020 Bowman Chrome Bobby Witt. So again, I sold this card for $100, which is pretty awesome. Again, it's a non-refractor, just base chrome card that I sent off, got a PSA 10 on it, and Bobby Witt, one of the top prospects in baseball, but to get $100 for just a base chrome card, I thought was pretty awesome. All right, at number 5, again, back to Manzardo. So I also, in addition to his green refractor, I also sold his Bowman Chrome Auto. Again, not a refractor, but it is his auto in a PSA 10 for $117.50. So again, this card could blow up in my face, especially if Manzardo goes on to have an awesome career. The autos obviously go for a lot more than the refractors. Well, then again, it does depend. Sometimes the auto can go for a lot, and sometimes just the base refractors, non-autos, can go for a lot. But got the Manzardo sold for $117.50 in a PSA 10. At number 4, this is an interesting one. 2017 Certified Cuts Deshaun Watson. Now, this card I added to my collection through a Best of Leaf. You guys may have remember. I used to open these Best of Leaf. It's like a buyback. You get one card, and the one card in this particular Best of Leaf was a Deshaun Watson 6 of 49, and unfortunately, after I got that card, he was suspended for almost an entire year because of assault, and of course his card prices went crashing down. But then he played, at the beginning of this year, it looked like he was going to get an opportunity again. And so that's when I used that opportunity to sell this card for $119.50. So even though I take an $80 loss on that Best of Leaf, I was very happy to get that card out of my collection. At number 3 was a 2023 Bowman Chrome Sebastian Walcott yellow, 6 out of 75 in a PSA 10. Was able to sell that card for $131.50. Right now, he is the number 3 prospect in the Rangers organization, and he's only 17 years old. So this was a card I sold for $130. Again, could totally blow up in my face. We could be talking about Sebastian Walcott as the next, Mike Trout, but who knows? All I know is that I got $130 from that card. I opened a ton, as I mentioned, of Bowman cards this year, and earlier this year I hit that card, got it graded by PSA, and then was able to sell that card for $131. At number 2 was a 2020 Bowman Draft. This was a steal. Bowman Draft, for me at least. Bobby Miller Sparkle Refractor in a PSA 10. Was able to sell that for $194. I thought that was a heck of a deal for me to be able to sell that card. I think I waited till like the perfect time to sell it. It looked like he was going to be the next big Dodgers starting pitcher. The Dodgers had a lot of success, with Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler. And I used the opportunity when he was pitching really well for the Dodgers to sell this card for almost $200. Again, it's a non-auto. It is a numbered card, but for me to get $200 on a Bobby Miller, I thought was pretty awesome. And at number 1, the highest, and you guys can see I'm not a big dealer on eBay, but I do like to sell a couple of cards here and there. Number 1 card for the year, believe it or not, was a 2018 Bowman Chrome Cedric Mullins Prospect Auto. Yep, you heard that right. Cedric Mullins was my number 1 sale for the entire year. And I remember hitting this auto, and I remember laughing, and I'm like, of course I hit Cedric Mullins, and was laughing about it, but it turned out to be my best sale of 2023. Was able to sell, I got that card graded. It came back as a 10, and was able to sell his Prospect PSA 10 auto for $200 on eBay. So anyway, I just thought it would be interesting to do document some of the sales for 2023. let you kind of let you into the world of what I'm doing to the side. You know, I'm using those funds to buy the, you know, some of the big vintage cards that I've been picking up. Obviously, it's not going to, you know, totally pay for everything, but it definitely helps. And I've also enjoyed it. For those of you that have sold stuff on eBay, you put the listing up, and you start seeing the bids come up, and they pop up on your phone. You're like, oh, nice, I got another bid. So I definitely highly recommend, if you have cards in your collection that you're looking to get rid of, it's a great way to just kind of get rid of some cards, make a little bit of money on the side, and use that to buy more epic cards. So hopefully this was helpful. If nothing else, it'll be interesting to look back, you know, 5 to 10 years and say, oh my God, I can't believe I sold a Sebastian Walcott yellow PSA 10 for, you know, almost $150. What was I thinking? Either that was a great sell or a terrible sale, but only time will tell. So thanks, guys, for watching. Let me know if you learned anything or if you have any comments, and I will talk to you later. Peace.